A reading and reflection for the fifth Sunday of Easter. First, the Gospel reading from John chapter 14, beginning at verse 1. Jesus said, "Do not let your hearts be troubled. Believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house there are many dwelling places. If it were not so, would I have told you that I go to prepare a place for you? And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and will take you to myself, so that where I am, there you may be also. And you know the way to the place where I am going." Thomas said to him, "Lord, we do not know where you are going. How can we know the way?" Jesus said to him, "I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. If you know me, you will know my Father also. From now on, you do know him and have seen him." Philip said to him, "Lord, show us the Father, and we will be satisfied." Jesus said to him, "Have I been with you all this time, Philip, and you still do not know me? Whoever has seen me has seen the Father. How can you say, 'Show us the Father'? Do you not believe that I am in the Father, and the Father is in me? The words that I say to you, I do not speak on my own, but the Father who dwells in me does his works. Believe me that I am in the Father, and the Father is in me. But if you do not, then believe me because of the works themselves. Very truly I tell you, the one who believes in me will also do the works that I do, and in fact will do greater works than these, because I am going to the Father. I will do whatever you ask in my name, so that the Father may be glorified in the Son. If in my name you ask me for anything, I will do it." The first time I ever used a sat-nav in my car was a little bit worrying. I never particularly wanted to get a sat-nav, but when I got a mobile phone that had one already installed, and I was needing to take a funeral in a crematorium that was the other side of Birmingham, in an area I didn't know, I thought this was the time to give it a go. And mostly it was pretty successful. There was the odd turn in mist, but the sat-nav soon readjusted the route, and I'd allowed myself plenty of time, so we got there. The disconcerting moment came as I drove through the cemetery gates and up the drive towards the crematorium chapel and heard the voice from my phone, "You have now reached your destination." Well, I thought, you can't argue with that. One way or another, our journey through life would seem to end here at the cemetery or crematorium. Perhaps we'll return to that thought later. But for now, back to the sat-nav, which did its job of guiding me on that route. But in order for a sat-nav to be any use, you need the address or postcode of where you want to go. Without that information, you cannot possibly plot a route to your destination. And so it may be we can have some sympathy with Thomas in today's Gospel reading. Jesus has said to the disciples, "You know the way to the place where I am going." And Thomas responds, "Lord, we do not know where you are going. How can we know the way?" Seems a reasonable reply. But one of the things that emerges in this conversation between Jesus and Thomas is that the disciple actually know more than they think. When Thomas professes not to know the way, Jesus tells him, "I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. If you know me, you will know my Father also." Thomas knows Jesus, and to know Jesus is to know the way, because Jesus is the way. The way is not some information, a route plotted on a map. The way is a person. We sometimes use the phrase, "It's not what you know, it's who you know." And usually, of course, that's spoken as a complaint. If We've been passed over for promotion in favour of someone with less ability and fewer qualifications, but with more and better contacts. But in the Christian faith, the principle of it's not what you know, but who you know, comes into its own and speaks an important truth. There's a lot that we don't know, and probably a lot that we don't understand. Right now, we face a troubled present and an uncertain future. Where are we going? What is the route? And to borrow the classic question that children ask to annoy their parents on a long car journey, are we nearly there yet? And to all these questions, we have to admit we just don't know. But it's not what you know, it's who you know. Thomas knows Jesus. And because he knows Jesus, he knows the way, because Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. Jesus is the one who is not just our companion on the road and our guide, but he's the one who is the very beginning and ending of our journey, the one from whom our life has come and in whom our life rests securely always. Our reading began with the words of Jesus, "Do not let your hearts be troubled. Believe in God, believe also in me." Knowing him, we can trust him and his promises. And although we may not be able to see the way ahead, we know the way, because Jesus is the way, now and forever.